And Indiana has done it. Their first ever Commissioner's Cup championship, knocking off the Minnesota Lynx. This is Howard setting up McDonald, knocking down the tray. Finds it cutting McDonald, easy dude.
Everyone counted them out. No superstar, no veteran leadership, no chance. The Indiana Fever walked into the Commissioner's Cup final missing Caitlin Clark, betrayed by DeWanna Bonner, and written off by literally everyone in the basketball world. Vegas had them as 14-point underdogs. ESPN already had the Minnesota Lynx crowned before tip-off. But what unfolded on that court wasn't just a win. It was a total reset of everything we thought we knew about the Fever. Because this team didn't just show up, they dominated. And when Caitlin Clark broke her silence with just 6 words after the game, it shook the entire league. This is the story of how the Indiana Fever turned heartbreak, injury, and abandonment into the biggest upset of the WNBA season, and why the rest of the league is absolutely terrified. Let's set the stage. Caitlin Clark injured, groin strain, out for a 3rd straight game. Their playmaker, their scorer, their heartbeat gone. DeWanna Bonner? She was supposed to bring veteran leadership. Instead, she quit 9 games in, took her max contract and walked. Meanwhile, Dantas was overseas playing international ball. The Fever weren't just shorthanded, they were gutted. This was supposed to be their moment, their first ever Commissioner's Cup final, but it felt more like a funeral procession. Nobody thought they'd survive the first quarter. On the other side, the Minnesota Lynx, 14 wins, only 4 losses, defending Commissioner's Cup champions, playing on their home floor. And they weren't just good, they were locked in. Nafisa Collier was the MVP frontrunner. The chemistry? Off the charts. Offense flowing like music. Defense tighter than ever. Analysts were calling them unbeatable. Vegas made them double-digit favorites. ESPN had already queued up a highlight reel titled Lynx Dominate Fever. This wasn't supposed to be a contest, but the Fever were quietly cooking up something no one expected. Let's be real, without Caitlin Clark, the Fever didn't look like the same team. They'd lost 3 of their last 5 games leading up to the Cup final. Double-digit leads? Blown. Ball movement? Gone. Tempo? Dead. Players stopped trusting each other. Shots were forced. Aaliyah Boston was posting up with perfect position and getting ignored. Everyone tried to play hero. No one was playing team ball. Clark wasn't just a scorer. She was the system, the brain. And without her, everything looked lost. Coach Stephanie White knew they were walking into a war zone. But she had one mantra for her players. Pressure is a privilege. And somehow it worked. From the opening tip, the Fever looked different. They moved the ball. They locked in on defense. They played like a team with nothing to lose and everything to prove. And the crowd, that rocket target center, it went silent. This wasn't the Indiana team we saw last week. This was a team possessed with something to prove. Let's talk stars. Kelsey Mitchell stepped into the void and became a flamethrower. She attacked early, hit threes with confidence, and made defenders panic. 41% from deep, calm under pressure, killer instinct. Aaliyah Boston finally got the ball and made them pay. 12 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists, and she locked down Nafisa Collier. She showed why she's the future of this franchise. And then there's Natasha Howard, 16 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, MVP performance, and the energy she brought, game-changing. Together, they didn't just carry the Fever, they blew the doors off Minnesota's defense. And it wasn't just the starters. Sophie Cunningham brought pure fire off the bench, 13 points, 7 rebounds, 3 monster threes. She lit the spark that flipped the game. Lexi Hull locked in defensively, took smart shots, did the dirty work no one talks about. Aari McDonald returned to the lineup and made an immediate impact. 12 points off the bench, huge energy, clutch plays, everyone bought in. 5 players in double figures. This wasn't a one-woman show. It was a team resurrection. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark wasn't sulking. She was on the sidelines, locked in, cheering, advising, leading. And then came the moment everyone's been talking about. In the post-game celebration, Clark finally spoke. 6 words. Everybody in the league is sick. That's it. That's all she said. And it sent shockwave through the WNBA. She knew what was happening. The jealousy, the criticism, the targeting, the silence. And she didn't need to yell. She just needed to say what everyone else was too afraid to admit. This wasn't just an upset, it was a statement. The Fever held the Lynx to just 39 points across the final 3 quarters. Minnesota shot under 35%. Every run the Lynx made, Indiana punched right back. ESPN had to scramble and rewrite their post-game recap. Even Minnesota's coach, Cheryl Reeve, admitted they just beat us. This wasn't luck, it was earned, and it sent a warning shot across the league. Because if Indiana can do this without Clark, what happens when she's back?